Loneliness is a painful process, but this process is meaningful and is worth it. There are many times that I can feel this unbearable loneliness, and this even causes a painful feeling to my mind when I see other people's success, when I see my surroundings got a girlfriend, when I see, people interacting each other, or when I was just being alone in a socialized environment. And I always feel this pain. We naturally want to social with other people, but there are many things that prevent us from doing it. And one of the reasons is that we didn't allow this loneliness to happen to us. People sometimes say that they enjoy loneliness. People sometimes say loneliness is good and they chase for loneliness, they chase the happiness from it. Now, being alone and chasing your life task is not equal to loneliness. When we endure the loneliness, it's not a comfortable process. One of our biggest motivation is to build connection with people and to line up our life task to the collective interest. It's inevitable for us to provide for the other people in order to get the positive energy, the motivation and fulfillment and happiness. In order to fully acknowledge this feeling of loneliness, we have to realize the pain that inside of it, because within this pain it hides many of our lies. Because we are fearful for it, because we want to reject it, we use all kinds of lies to cover it up. For example, I don't want to talk to people because I want to focus on myself. I don't want to find a girlfriend because I don't want to be a simp. Or I don't want to talk to someone because I'm too short. These are all kinds of lies that slowly build a barrier between ourselves to the surroundings. The fact is that we have to rely on the other people in order to survive. Because every single thing in this world, in society, is built by the socialized concept. So let's imagine if there's no one in the world. There's absolutely no one in the world and you're the only human. You use the $100 bill to wipe your ass. You will never care about whether you are 5 feet 6 or 5 feet or 6 feet, because there's no value. There is no value. You won't feel lonely because you are the only one person. So what I want to say is that every single thing that we considered as value is something that exists in the society, in the interpersonal relationships. So human is the basic matter of our value. Okay, so this is the life task that we cannot avoid, that everybody cannot avoid. And interpersonal relationships, socialize, is something that we have to face. So loneliness is a byproduct of the lacking of these abilities. Now, for many people, this is a hard process. For me, it's a hard process to actually feel and digest the feeling of pain within the loneliness. Is to let this pain go through our body and carry on from it. There is a certain period of time where I intentionally avoid loneliness, especially when I was in university. I play video game every single day, eating junk food, and just contract myself into a contained space. And I feel good, I feel happy. And I don't feel any pain because all the numbness and all the dopamine dose had just making me feel like a dream. And during that time, I lost all my motivations. It's a weird thing when you're happy, when you use the virtual substitute, which is not a real fulfillment, to really taking over your real life task. You won't feel bad, you won't feel shame, you won't feel painful. But at the same time, you won't feel ambitious, and you're just a corpse, you're just an animal. So facing the loneliness, facing the pain that within the loneliness gives us one of the biggest motivation in our life. which is to provide value for the collective. Because this pain will constantly push us to go further and get us out of this bad situation. It's one of the strongest motivation that we have as a human, is to provide value to society. So for a real example, when I see a guy approach a woman, or when I see a group of people interacting in my real life, I always feel this strong sense of pain, shame, and also jealous. And if I want to avoid this feeling and not allow it to go through my body, that's the easiest thing to do. I will just make up a lie. Okay, this guy is approaching that woman because he's a simp. You see, that makes me more comfortable. But also, that killed my instinct of being better, being more competitive. Now, if I let this pain just happen, if I just allow this pain and admit that I'm not good enough, I will think this way: okay, this guy had more courage to approach a girl, which is something that I don't. And what are some of the factors that he has and I'm missing? It's a painful process. It's a process that you're actually admitting you are not good enough. And sometimes when you're first taking through it, you feel emotional. You feel angry about it because we're all men. And why I was no better than him? Why I lost in this competition? Why is he more brave than me? And if you can just let this emotion burn and face it, just face the truth and let it flow through your blood, and take a deep breath. Okay, I'm allowing this to happen. I'm not good enough. Okay, then you calm down and really reflect to yourself. Okay, he has a lower body fat percentage. Okay, he talks more smoothly with confidence. His body language is better, right? There's something that I can do to further improve. And I don't have the courage to approach that woman because I don't have the value that he has. So now I need to work on my body language. I need to work on building more muscles and get healthier diet. See, in this way, I'm using my human instinct to build connection with people as my initial motivations. Now, this is something that also helped me a lot in building self-disciplines. I just let my human nature flow. But only if you can just fully digest this pain of loneliness, that you can summon this feeling of being better. But if using a lie to cover it up, you're going to build a lock to chain your instinct inside of you, and you'll lose a ton of motivations. So one painful process that can get you all these motivations, all these, instinct to be better, and that is a gift. So loneliness is a gift. The pain from the loneliness is a gift. You need to face it and digest it, to let the pain to go through your body, admit you are not good enough, and then carry on from it. You have to allow it to happen first, and then carry on this burden, be more motivated, and just move step by step from there. It's gonna be a heavy burden, it's gonna be painful, but that's what makes you move forward.